Is it
You're good.
It's
You're
good.
good.
I'm like, am I recording?
Yeah.
Clearly, I have look, as Barbara always says, anyone can do this business. Like, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. And if everyone, let's see, mute all. I think everyone's muted. So, welcome to our team huddle. I'm Heather Webster. I am your fearless, not fearful host for the evening. I am a part of Moonhe's team, so for those of you that are new, and it's so fun because we have like 3 teams here. I'm going to do a fun little exercise with you guys tonight to help with your personal development, which if you were on Barbara's call, Danielle was talking about, ultimately it all leads back to personal development. That really is the cornerstone to our businesses and everything that happens in our lives. So I posted on all of our team pages a little handout if you guys had an opportunity to print it out before we started. And if not, don't worry about it. We can just go through it. But I have been doing a couple different personal development small group training things. And one of during this day class I went to recently, we did this exercise that I thought was really cool and really fun. And essentially it's writing our own like mission statement. And you know that any good business has a mission statement. Actually, I was just at Ben & Jerry's Free Cone Day here in Boise. And so I was in Ben & Jerry's with my son, and I noticed like right there on the wall in Ben & Jerry's, they have their mission statement of like who they are, what they believe in, and you know what their purpose is. So ultimately, we really need to connect with that. And that therefore connects with our why and our passion. So I am going to do a share screen and pull up. I have my little selfie light on, so I had some more light on myself. So this is what I posted on our team pages under the file section. And if you guys have a piece of paper that you can use, that would be helpful. So core values are a real true representation of our authentic selves. So we're going to go through these. You know, sometimes people think it's going to take years or months to write their mission statement, but I'm going to help us and all of you really knock one out or get started on one in like the next 15 minutes. So it's really fun. What happens though is, you know, through all our fears and other people's opinions and that type of thing, a lot of times our true authentic self doesn't actually come through. And you really need to connect with that in order to, I mean, because that's what, as Danielle was saying, people are, you know, if they know, like, and trust you and you know what you stand for, the right people are going to come to you and join you in your business. So, as it says on here, it doesn't take years of soul searching and self-reflection to find your core values. We are going to knock this out in like the next 15 minutes. So what we're going to do is, you can see here that we have this list of all these different kinds of values. So what is important in this first exercise is I don't want you to overthink it. I want you to just, and we all know, like when you read something or you're looking at something, if it immediately connects with you, circle it, write it down. There might be some words that you connect with that are not on here. So let's say, can you all see these? Or if you print out the sheet. When I did it myself with my group, I just took a highlighter and I highlighted the ones that immediately connected with me. So from this list of values, I want you guys, and there's no limit, circle, write them out, or highlight values that immediately connect with you. Okay? So I'm going to give you a couple minutes, and I'll be a little quiet so you can do that. And remember, don't overthink it. We're going to kind of pare down from this big list to our next section. And just pick the ones that immediately jump out to you. And someone kind of give me a little wave when you're kind of good to go. On to the next step. I did this in a room where we all could see each other, so it was a little easier. But, and as I said, the file is on the team pages, so you can always do it again if this is too fast. Okay, so now we are going to look at those words that you highlighted or circled, and you are going to now group similar values together. So group them in a way that just makes sense to you personally. But I want you to only make a maximum of 5 different groups, okay? So again, this is an example of when I did mine. I just took all the different values that I had initially highlighted, and then I just started lumping them together into subgroups, okay? So like, for example, for me, in one group, I had accountability, commitment, dependability, honesty. You know, these words to me all kind of fit together. And then another one was adventure, fun, humor, zeal. So you get the gist of like, group them together in something that makes sense to you. And I think that this would be a really cool exercise to do as a family, or, you know, having your kids do it. You know, obviously some of these words are big, so depending on the age of your kids, but they might not know what some of these larger words are. But how's everyone doing? Good? All right. Look at Licia, the teacher. She's like right on track. I like it. Okay, so now the next section we're going to do, the third step, is now you've got your groupings of 5. Like those were the example of mine. Now choose one word out of each of those groups that really represents the label for that entire list of words. So again, don't overthink it. There's like, again, as it says on here, like there's no right or wrong answers. This is just kind of a fun exercise. But again, it's kind of like for me when I was doing this, out of each grouping, I kind of found the word that like stood out to me the most. And kind of could be a good overall heading for that list of words. And I think it will be, if any of you are like me, I think it was really interesting, and I'll share a little bit when we're done, about you really do start seeing like what your core values are and what really means a lot to you. And again, I encourage you, if this is obviously a little fast, you can do it again and take a little more time to do it. Okay, and so we all know in order to get something to actually, you know, take some action, we need to add a verb to it. So that is going to be our 4th step. Add a verb to each of those words that you picked out in each group. So like, here's an example. If one of your words was freedom, it would be live in freedom. Or if it was, you know, difference, seek opportunities for making a difference. Or mindfulness, act with mindfulness. So you want something of action associated with that word. So one of my words for one of my groups was fun. So I said, embrace fun. You know, so you want to put it into action so that that core value can take some life. And then the last step, and I know I'm kind of rushing you guys. The last step is once you have those 5, core value words with an action verb in front of it, now you want to write them in order of priority. So which one really rises to the top as your most, important value? And then list those. So I was going to share mine, and I think it would be fun. And again, I apologize that we're rushing because we could be doing a lot more deeper thinking here. But kind of the purpose of this exercise, as I said, is not to overthink it, because sometimes when you make these more spontaneous selections or decisions, that's what your true feeling is. So I was just going to quickly share, when I went through this exercise, I realized that one of my core values clearly is, I had this super long list here. You can notice, like on my write out here, I had accountability, commitment, dependability, honesty, proactivity, reliability, responsibility, trustworthiness. Clearly I have an issue with that. Like, I want people to do what they say they're going to do and, stick to their word. So, which I think is important in our business. We love being mentors and coaches, but ultimately, what we hear all the time is it is our own business. So we have to take we have to take responsibility for our own business, and, not someone can't be holding our hand the entire time doing the business. So Alicia, did you want to share a couple of yours, or were you able to come up with some?
You know what? I was able to only see a little bit of the list because I don't
sorry.
have the paper copy. But I want to know where to find this, so I actually can do this. I love this.
Okay. So if Danielle should have added you, can you see the whole list?
He probably did.
Yeah. But. So it's so on our Gratitude Nation page on Facebook, or the Comeback Nation page, there's a files section.
Okay.
And this whole document that I have here is all in that files section. And I knew that if people weren't able to print it out ahead of time. So was anyone able to see the whole list or had it printed out and wanted to share some stuff that they came up with? Don't be shy. Raise your hand. Unmute yourself.
I can share.
Yes, Danielle, please do.
Okay, so I kind of just put them into sentences. I'm going to work on it more. But I numbered them as 1, finding joy in all things. 2, spirituality in daily life. 3, making a difference in others' lives. 4, inspiring others to live life to the fullest. 5, promote a healthy life, body, mind, and soul. And 6, teamwork is the dream work. It's just kind of like the things I came up with. I got to figure out how to work it and word it.
Right. Meg, were you able to come up with any? She's like, don't call on me. How about you, Jana? I can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself. Hello.
Yeah, I don't have anything down. I have a short list, but I'm like the other person here. I only got so much of it, so I want to go back where I got the whole list to work from. But
yeah,
I've tried to work these for businesses before at a nonprofit that I worked at, and they're not easy to do. This is a much simpler formula.
Right, and that's what's kind of fun about this exercise and what we did in this class is, as I said, people spend weeks, months, trying to figure out their mission statement, which can be a little daunting. But this is kind of a fun exercise that, make quick decisions, what words, connect with you, and then move from there. So I encourage you all to just go and find this file in the file section on our Facebook team pages, because it is kind of a fun thing to go through. And just, another way to connect with your passion or your why. So my friend whose class I went to, she's, a business coach and this type of thing. And so she actually now has created a full mission statement and, has it all cool fonts and printed. And I'm just going to quickly read it to you because I think it's really inspiring. I am on a mission to transform thousands of lives. So come along for the ride or get out of my way. I am committed to inspiring others daily. I embrace my God-given talent. During my lifetime, I will bless as many people as possible with my gift. I am perfectly imperfect. I am exactly where I need to be in this moment. I am a trailblazer. I do things differently than I should, and I'm damn proud of it. I thrive under pressure. Pressure creates diamonds, and I love to sparkle. I do not try. I only do. I embrace challenges. Difficult times build character. I conquer fear daily like a boss. I fail fast and fail forward. The greatest lesson in life greatest lessons in life come from failure. I am not afraid to ask for what I want, so I get what I want. I will not allow others to define me. I own my brand. I make no excuses. I am not a victim. I know that I am capable of having everything I want in life because one decision is all it takes. So from this kind of like beginner exercise, we too could come up with this kick-ass mission statement. But I mean, truly, if you posted this on your mirror or read this out loud to yourself every day before you left the house, you'd feel like a boss, right? But this is all stuff really that's helping others. It's building ourselves up so that we therefore can shine our light and share it with others. And ultimately, that's what it's all about. So that is what I have for tonight. And I appreciate Moonhee and Heidi letting me take over the call tonight. They're both traveling, which is super fun. Let me stop sharing. And again, you can find this document on our team pages in the file section and just have some fun and maybe have, your partner do it or do it with your kids or your family. And it's just kind of a fun thing to do. And then, do it all colorful because I do love some color. I ended up writing mine all out like in fun colors and post it on your mirror and, connect to it on a daily basis. All right. So I know I'm going to see some of you next week at GTC, and I'm excited for those of you, if you are not able to go in person, I know your sponsors talk to you, but please, please, please sign up for the virtual GTC. We have never had this before, and it is so cool. And for those of us that are going to GTC in person, I don't know if you guys knew, but we will have access to the virtual after we attend in person. So that's really cool. If there's a speaker that we really liked, we can rewatch it. So does anyone have any questions? Good to go. Welcome, Alicia. Is that how you say your name?
Alicia.
Alicia. Okay. Yeah. I wanted to make sure I was pronouncing it correctly. Welcome to the team, and we're excited you're here. All right. Thanks. You all have a great night, and I'll see some of you next week.
All right. Bye everybody.
Bye. Thank you.